Don't forget to click the subscribe button, comment down below, like this video, and click the bell icon to be notified. Good morning. I think it's a good morning. So I'm going to pick it today to finish up my booth, which means I need to hang some stuff on the walls. That's where I left it, in the large booth. And then I brought a couple pieces that I just want to fit in somewhere. Okay, I'm here. And there's one other gal here and she's in the big house. So I'm going to work next door and get the wall hangings and stuff up. So yeah, it's really cold in here right now. We haven't got the heat on. I'm going to turn that on and I'll be back here tomorrow for the tour, so if there's anything I've forgotten or need to do, I can do it tomorrow. Okay, I think we're done, but this is gonna be what it is. I do not have anything for there. And then I put the shingles up over here and some artwork on the walls. Nothing over there changed. I did add birdhouse into this little vignette over here. And then I tucked in the deer and that dish, the enamel brass dish. And then I moved these guys over here because I thought they balanced out what was happening over here really well. And nothing changed over here. And then I added some gold pine cones, glitter pine cone ornaments in that bin so that if something sold out of there, it would just, you know, still have stuff in it. So I'm gonna go next door and get the cookie cutters into that booth, and that was the only thing I brought for there, but that's it. That's what it's gonna be. I open up on Wednesday, but I'm coming tomorrow, so I guess I could do something, but we'll see. All right, I put the cookie cutters in and then got sidetracked by conversation with the other gal and then my dad. But that's okay, I'm still gonna be home before 10 a.m. out of there before the crowds and picket fence go. I saw so many bins and stuff sitting in everybody's booths that I'm like, they're coming. Because we only have today and tomorrow, so they're coming. I'm gonna go home and we're gonna paint something today. I think I'm gonna get some furniture in there for sure. I want to paint something. I'm gonna paint. This is what needs to be painted. Look what she did to this thing. Ugh, and stickers. The stickers, kids and the stickers. These handles are going to come off. I won't have those anymore. And then I'm going to paint it white, put a back on it. Ugh. That thing is heavier than it looks, I'll tell you that much. And I can see this was chalk paint, obviously. And you can see it's like yellowed with time too. So hopefully this is just done yellowing. But, you know, everything was chalk paint at the time. We all chalk paint, chalk paint, chalk paint. We didn't know it sucked really bad. Okay. I think I'm just going to put plain white handles on this, but I got to get all the stickers off. I got to look in this drawer, too. What'd she do? No, it's not too bad. Just needs a good cleaning, but there's no stickers or anything in there. Okay, the only thing I needed to do was sand it down because I had painted this once before and I can see that I did primer it. So I'm really surprised. Must use a crap primer. But anyway, we're going to paint it white. I've cleaned it off now with a damp cloth. So for those of you who are new here and you've never painted anything before, going over an existing paint job is super easy. You just need to rough up the surface to make sure that paint has something to grip onto. So that's what I did with the sander. The surface itself has no damage aside from the, you know, markers from my daughter, but that's going to get painted over. So I just sanded it down to give it something to grip into, the paint to grip into, cleaned it off. And now I'm going to let it dry because you don't want to put paint on top of wet or you're going to have inconsistent coverage. But then I'm going to get my rollers out and we're going to roll this bad boy out as much as we can. And then I'll get in with a brush and do the fine detail work. But this is kind of my happy place. And I'm just realizing now that I have like good pants on. Like all my clothes have paint on them, and the ones I'm wearing right now don't. So I consider these like ones I could wear to picket. So I'm going to go find painting pants, something that already is wrecked, because I don't want to wreck these, or I got to buy new clothes, and I don't want to. I could not find my painting pants, so flat black. We're going to paint it black. I don't know so much about the flat black. Flat black always looks terrible to me. Do I have a gloss black? I don't think I do. I don't even like a semi-gloss black. But that's what I've got. This is one of the Oops paints I paid like $2 for. So I'm going to use that instead. I'm going to do that waterfall dresser in black, so I think that'll go great. I'll do the entire space in like dark colors this month. I know why this paint was returned, because it's straight up gray. I mean, it is not black at all. When I opened it, I thought, well, the color sank to the bottom. No. Nope. It did not sink to the bottom, because I am lifting that up. It is just straight up gray. So I guess we're painting gray today. I like it. It's a good gray. But I can see why, if they were expecting a flat black, which is clearly what's marked on the top, this is not black at all. I mean, it's going to be a dark gray, but it's not black. And I lied. I'm actually going to cut in first, just because. Oh, there's a roller in there. I can understand, though, getting home and finding out you get straight up gray and going, what is this? I bought a black. Didn't bring home black. I got a black one. Just take it right out of the can. Oh, that's why I wear paint clothes. I'm going to cut in all these parts first, because you can't get a roller up in there, and then I can just roll the whole thing. Done. Done, 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 done. You guys, I've never been more happy about a mistake in my entire life. And I know it wasn't my mistake. It was whoever mixed that paint. This is gorgeous. This is a really stunning gray. I'm very happy with how this is coming out. I'm serious. Like, I would have never picked this. I would have never picked this. But the benefit of not being married to a color when you're doing this job, because it's not going in my house, it's getting sold. So the benefit of being able to shift gears like that is that happy accidents happen all the time, and it doesn't cost me a fortune. This paint cost me $2. And I mean, I had this, it was Victoria's nightstand. I don't even remember when I originally bought it. It was probably $5. That's usually my sweet spot for pieces like this. And it's coming together so beautifully. It's just pretty. So if you want a furniture flip, if that's part of your business model, and a lot of people who are watching me that are furniture flipping or vintage sellers or both, like I do, stay open to the Oops paint. And if it's wrong, go with it anyway, because you're not keeping it. I am just so shocked. It's so pretty, you guys. I'm rolling it and going, I love it. 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 I would have never picked it. I would have never gone and said, I need to buy gray. I would have said black, white, black, white. I thought it was black when I bought it, but I'm really glad that it's not, because it's a stunning gray. So that's just my little tip for the day. Just stay open and, you know, get the best price possible on all your paints. Don't be married to anything. Like, I know a lot of the painters out there are like, I had a vision for it. It had to be this color. I don't have a vision for it, but it's gorgeous. Now it looks like it had to be this color. It's time for coat 2. Pretty much dry. I went and had lunch and I came back and it's dry. So time to get working on coat 2. I'm over this tray thing. Okay. So I finished up the second coat, and then I noticed down here the paint was starting to sag. So I grabbed a brush, and it's going to look ugly. But if you left it like that, so what happened is there was too much paint on my roller, and it left too much behind, so it starts to sag, it starts to drip. And it's not really a true drip, it's a sag. Like, you'll see the entire surface start to sag and get a ripple in it. And the only way to do anything about it is take a clean brush, which this was clean when I started. Keep it dry. Well, you want to wet the bristles first, but then as you're pulling paint off, you got to keep, otherwise it's going to keep gumming up. But you got to keep wiping it off. And just take a light brush and pull that sag off. It looks like over here it had already dried a lot, so I've got a little bit of a ripple. I may have to sand that down. We'll see when it dries. Because paint, when it dries, will sometimes lay down on you. If we're lucky. Please be lucky. So I'm just feathering the paint out to get rid of that sag. Because, I mean, it was literally like an entire line that just was like, you can see a paint sag. Trust me. I have problems with that because I want to paint quickly. And I should know better. I mean, I should just take my time, but I don't. That's why I've come up with techniques for dealing with the sag. The other problem I had is I'll push too hard on my roller and pull paint up, which I did on the top. So I was like pushing on it, and I'm like, lines of paint were coming off, and I'm going, oh no. I was going to angst over the handles, but check these out. Brush nickel. I mean, it's going to be perfect. I'm so excited. I hardly know what to do with myself because I just texted Victoria and said, I'll pick you up at 5, right? It's 4. And she goes, 5:30. I need another hour before I have to leave the house. So I'm like, this is still drying. I don't want to put the handles on. Don't want it to get sticky, but it's done. It's pretty. Looks good. And the paint that was sagging did lay down on the bottom, so I don't even have to resand it or paint that. The drawer is done. It's all done. Just gotta wait at least till tomorrow to put the handles on, but I'm really anxiously wanting to do something else. I'm afraid if I even think about painting something else in here right now, it's gonna, like, y'all. Does this happen to anyone else? Like, if you're working on multiple projects and you paint one a dark color and you want to do something a light color, somehow, magically, the paint from the light color just like leaps onto the dark color somehow. Not even sure how it happens because I'll keep them as far apart as possible. And inevitably, suddenly, there's just, where did that come from? Right? So I better not chance it because I got lucky with the sagging paint. So I better not push my luck. This is looking nice. I'm so glad it wasn't black. I mean, it would have probably looked good in the black too, but for some reason, this is so much better. It's like way more better. You know what I should do? Is just go ahead and do the beadboard backing. I have 2.5 strips of the beadboard left. If I just painted those up real quick. Wonder if I have enough. I better measure it. I'm going to measure the back and see if I have enough. Good news, I measured it, and one should do the trick. I have one long beadboard here. If I paint this up the dark gray, it should just need the one, and I'll be able to cut enough out of it. So, yay. Visit my blog, peonylanedesigns.com, for more tips, tricks, and inspiration. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon so you'll be notified of new videos. I post every week DIY tutorials and, of course, more junkin' videos.